Now in its 12th edition, the G-Series is a fast, furious, and unique championship where drivers race along a landmark course in Andorra, Southern Europe, which is completely covered with ice and snow.
The G-Series, the championship, consisting of 5 rounds, all of them here in Andorra. The circuit is the highest one in the whole of Europe. It's at 2,400 meters over sea level, and it's a series of ice racing for cars.
The G-Series are very special because it's not another championship in the world like this. Because the conditions are very difficult to find in another place. To find this kind of track in this altitude, in the middle of the mountains, in my knowledge, is not another one in the world.
There's 2 categories, there's 2 classes here. The G-Series, which is the main class, which has cars up to 2.3 engine capacity, weighing around 750 kilos, and the horsepower is around 250. And then there's the G-Series 2, which is a motorbike engine on a lighter car, which is around 500 kilos.
There are some differences. The G1, the car is a bit different, it's like a more normal car. You have to be thinking more in the traction, with the throttle, and be more carefully. However, the weight of the car is not perfect because you have the engine in the front of the car. And the other one, the G2, the engine is in your right side, like a co-driver place. So the weight of the car is more stable. For me, it's more fun. It's more a rally car, you are sliding more, you are more time with the throttle. It's quite different.
This is the cockpit of our cars for the G-Series. The whole car is made purposely for racing in snow, so the visibility is really important. For the same reason, we have one of the wipers on the side of the window and a wiper in the front. Our gear lever is here. We have a power program here which indicates how much power we want depending on the day and the condition of the track. So maybe some days it's better to actually have less power because we have a lot of spinning and the car doesn't move forward. Then we have the electrical switch, the contact to turn on the car, and the car turning on. We have a steering wheel sensor to see how much we're turning the steering, to see the car's turning well. A temperature indicator, which indicates the temperature of the oil of the engine, so we know if everything is correct. And then the gas pump and the lights. That's our car for the G-Series 2017.
Because the ice on the course is constantly changing in response to the weather and the cars, no 2 races are the same. And so the ability to read the course and adapt the racing line on the fly is of utmost importance to drivers throughout a weekend of competition.
It's difficult because the ice is not like, okay, I want to turn here and the car will turn here. No, you have to prepare it some meters early.
We work a lot with the driver. He says us his sensations about the drive, and we changes the pressures, the shock absorbers, and now I have one condition in the track, and 2 minutes later, the track are really different.
The difficulties in ice racing is that the track is always changing during the day. So that gives you 2 complications. First, it's you as a driver had to adapt to these circumstances, and then it's really hard to make any conclusions or evaluations because if you're trying out a different line or a different setup for the car, you don't really know if it's the time changes, you don't know if it's because of the track or because of what you've done.
It's complicated to have a big slide with the perfect line, don't lose speed, don't lose traction, and don't touch anything. So it's a bit difficult, but you have to be very carefully, be thinking all the time, and keep going.
You have in the same track 2, 3, or 4 drivers side by side in the track, and it's really spectacular.
It's a test all the time, starting from the 0 and 200 in just a second. It's difficult to adapt the head and the mind and in this kind of races.
The good thing here is that it's a championship where there are a lot of good drivers, and be here one of the fastest and can win the finals, it's amazing.
Honestly, the ice racing is a thrill, you know, you're able to do things at speeds that you wouldn't be able to, and the amount of expertise that you get are really high, and honestly, it's really fun, which is the best part.